My hair is a mess. I'm busy all day. How about yourselves? I hope you guys were good. I hope today went smoothly for you. And I hope something that we've been talking about for the last little bit now has been resonating and helping out with you guys. We got through, how's it going, Scott? We got through the first two laws of alchemy. We got through the first law of Hermeticism. We're going to do the second law tonight. Apologies about not covering this last night. Another longer than today, so I also was tired. That's why I was telling you to go to bed, Scott. I understood. I really did. So let's get into it. Another really simple one, and yet another one that it's like an onion. It's layered. You can use it both as an introductory lesson for Hermeticism as well as an advanced course, as far as like when one is finally going from initiate to master. You literally have to, like I told you before, display it openly in your free life without the guidance of someone over you teaching you this, pointing it out. Basically, if you're going on the spiritual path, you're basically doing everything for the final exam without watching your tarot readers, without watching your oracles, without watching anything else like that. It's basically the same thing. And that's how you like, oh, you graduated, you're no longer a piece of shit kind of thing, right? Same thing. What's up, Bones? Alright, I got like 2 of my 4 guys in here. We're doing good. Alright. Don't mind me, I got like 3 different drinks going on right now. I will need to pull out a cigarette. Again, I don't endorse it, but I do it. Do not take a shaman's tools away from him. I think better when I smoke. That, if you notice, I don't even smoke like a third of it. It's usually just sitting there while I'm thinking and talking to you guys. How are you going, dim sum? I just did. How about that? I hadn't even... Apologies. I hadn't even read your message yet. I was just trying to read your name right there. Okay. So, second law of Hermeticism, guys. Again, this is both a beginner course and are you trying to be a diva? Are you trying to be a diva? Say hi to Bob. You guys have met everybody else now. You've met Stella, you met Crew, now you got to meet Bob. If you can imagine, when he still had his balls, he actually looked like Stella. All big and it was cute. I'm kind of sad now. Anyways, let's get back into it. So, again, first law, same as the second law. Going back to my discussion about how there can't be a hidden 8th law because all 7 laws overlaying have one, like, overlaying and underlaying message altogether with it, and that is balance and transcendence. So you can't have an 8th law about balance and transcendence. It makes no sense. So second law, as above, so below. As below, so above. As within, so without. As without, so within. Once again, when you look at it from the initial layer, because everything in this is like onions, right? Okay. What's up, Danielle? My name is JJ. Please say Hawk too. Okay, whatever. So what it is describing to you guys, essentially, and I have a way of taking complicated things and breaking it down, and making it simple for you guys to understand. So here you go. You yourselves, and this is taught through every different form of spirituality, religion, everything else. This is where I go back to Star Wars, basically taking everything, throwing it in a pot, and showing you that everybody teaches the same thing. It teaches you that you are the master of your reality. That no one else on the outside of you is going to change until you change. You have to be the force multiplier, in a sense. You have to be the one to actually force things to happen. Hence, if you guys have been following me for any amount of time, right? Any amount of time, you will know that everything I talk about, I initiate with you guys. If I feel like there needs to be a change with disabled people because I'm disabled myself, I take you to bear. Like, you guys have literally walked out on streams where, like, I'm like, okay, it's time to be held accountable. And it's like, bye. And it's like, okay, well, I know who's ready and who's not. And then there are times where, like right now, it's like, it's more of that pillow approach. You know, you have the masculine, you have the feminine, you have the logical aspect of it, which is balance, justice, everything else, and then you have the heart, which is compassion, empathy, blah, 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 blah. Left-hand path, right-hand path. At least that is the original interpretation of left-hand, right-hand. For some reason, when vampires came around, it got all twisted to this being like an evil way of doing things. No. The left... My camera's flipped. This is my left hand. I don't know if it's right side up for you guys. The left-hand path was originally the path of logic. Not the path of selfishness. The path of logic. Path of the heart. Path of empathy. You must follow both to have balance. That's the original interpretation of that. As above, so below. As below, so above. As within, so without. As without, so within. You have to be the change. And you have to believe in the change to enact it in real life. It is literally teaching you an advanced course in alchemy on an introductory level. You're literally seeing how to reshape your reality in one step. In one step. I want you guys to realize that. Now, there is a whole road one must go on of rediscovery, of truly finding yourself for anything like this to work. Because inner strength is one of the biggest components. Because your willpower means shit if you don't have something to back it up with. It's like I always say, like, if shit pops off, everybody running that way. I'm running toward the shit. Like, I'm that motherfucker. That's the type of mentality you have to get yourself in once you're actually locked in that way. Because like I said, to enact change, you have to have some sort of slight delusion about it. You can't see the world as it is to enact change. You have to see it as the way that you want it. And you have to act accordingly to make people adjust to the change that deservedly needs to be made. That's why there is a right way to do things and a wrong way to do things. Again, something else that gets bastardized just like the left-hand path and the right-hand path. But essentially that is what the second Hermetic law is teaching you of as above, so below. Is everything is connected. Remember what Obi-Wan said in the very first Star Wars. The Force surrounds us, it penetrates us, and it binds the galaxy together. What do you think the universe is? They even have separate designations for universal law and planetary law, correct? And in Star Wars, it's the universal force and it's the living force, correct? If you guys really paid attention, George Lucas was teaching you alchemy in Star Wars. It wasn't a tale about science fiction and fantasy. You were literally learning alchemy. Hi, King. Sorry, I've been focused, so I've been kind of like in the zone. Bones, what do I think about Catholic people? Half of my family's Catholic, by the way. King, hello, I'm back. What's up, dude? Scott, correct. Yes, my brother. You know that's right. King, I'm back. Hi, again. Okay. So, literally, you are looking at, through the first Star Wars is literally the initiate course. It's basically like, I accept the ticket to get on this roller coaster knowing that I'm never going to get off this motherfucker. That's literally, that's alchemy, that's hermetics, because like with anything else in life, you have to buy in. There is a degree, like there's a degree of delusion when you want to change things around you. There's a level of faith and a level of trust that you must have in the process in order to enact it in your own lives as well. It's like a self-perpetuating cycle, if you will. And once that ball's rolling, it's not going to stop. And then it starts rolling downhill. All it's going to do is pick up speed faster and faster and faster. And all of a sudden, this change, everything's just going to be sporadic. Once you lock in, once you get there, everything just, you've already done the work. And you don't even realize it because you keep your head down while you're doing it. And it's just boom, 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 boom. And then when you look up, it's like, oh shit, everything changed. Because you put so much work into changing your own life, i.e. symbolism, changing your own reality, right? Because it's all about symbolism. And by doing such, you enact the change around you, because it's kind of like you are literally forcing people to act the way that you're acting. You are introducing accountability into people's lives. And the people that have never had accountability in their lives, when you're trying to force this change, they will back off. That's where the spiritual lesson, the religious lesson, the symbolic lesson comes in, to where not everybody can come with you. Because when you've done the shadow work, when you've done the hard work, and you've rediscovered yourself, not everybody likes that. Because at that point, that's where the willpower and the inner strength come in, ladies and gentlemen. Because then you have to force this upon the rest of the world. This is who I am. I don't care who you think I was. You weren't there when I did the work. This is me now. That is the whole point of enacting change. And then you must both hold yourself accountable every second of the day to stay this person, by which you are bleeding out accountability to everybody else. Those that are used to it, those that accept it, those that are okay with it, will take it in. Now, those are the people that say. The people that can't handle accountability because they've never been accountable for anything, they always blame somebody else. We all know people like that. That's where the symbolic reference in spirituality comes in about cord cutting. I'm a vulgar, blunt person. You guys know this. That's why people think I'm unintelligent. You know this. But that's literally where you get the bye Felicia or see a motherfucker moment. You know? That's where that comes from. Like it's the cutting of the cord. It's the, we're done with this shit. Remember, I'm giving you these spiritual lessons, guys, but I'm giving you the real world context to them. This is what it actually means in your real life. These are the things that your little tarot readers won't give you. And for my big brain motherfuckers, you're going to learn some things about symbology. You're going to learn some things about ancient history. You're going to learn. And hopefully along the way, I can inspire change. because I guess that's what I'm supposed to do. It's amazing the way you figure shit out sometimes. And then it just starts all happening all at once, non-stop. And you're just like, wait, when, how? Alright, I'm trusting you, but let's get on with this shit. You know, it's that shift in mentality from victim to villain, right? And I've always said how I was a people pleaser. I'm disabled. I never felt like I belonged. So I always wanted to please people, so I felt like I was loved, like I felt like I belonged. So the whole encompassment of the rest of my life is accepting being the villain. Accepting that. Honing that. Honoring that. Because I've been the victim for far too long. What do I think about Muslims? I think as far as like representation of God and stuff like that, they are probably, I don't know if I would say closest to the truth, but they're pretty fucking close. There's some things I'm like, that ain't right. That was put in there by a man. Like, that somebody's ego put some of that shit in there, but a lot of it is surprisingly correct. A lot of it. But the same can be said about Taoism. The same thing can be said about Buddhism and Hinduism. The same thing can be said about Zoroastrianism, as far out as some of that shit may seem. In a certain context, a lot of them that existed pre-2200 years ago get a lot of the shit right. Anything that has existed after Constantine got his hands on religion is a mixture of semi-truth and utter bullshit. And that's proven time and time and time again. That's why I said it's not that I don't believe in the same God as you. It's just you believe in this Mickey Mouse Disney-fied version of a God that's a Game of Thrones epic. Like, he never stopped being that Saturnian justice balance. Like, if you step out of line, I'm gonna smite you, motherfucker. He never stopped being that. The God that everybody worships in the New Testament, that was stolen from Celtic lore. That they literally, so in the Old Testament, they represented Father correctly, and they made Mother the devil. And then in the New Testament, they flipped it around. They made Mother God, and they made Father the devil. When actually, like I've preached this whole damn time, there is no such thing as the devil. The devil is a representation of a Lord of Hell in multiple mythologies, multiple religions. That's why he has multiple names. None of them are from the same religion. It's all... And then you take Luciferia from the Celts, the original creator deity. That is proven. That it probably goes further back into oral history. And you make her the devil, initially in the Old Testament. Like, everyone can deny it all they want. Everyone can deny it all they want. But it's the truth. There is no such thing as the devil. The devil that everybody's scared of, the devil that supposed paganists, and don't even get me started on that. Pagans don't worship the devil. Don't even get me started on that. Satanists do. And even Satanists do it wrong. I'm sorry to say. As somebody who understands the occult, like truly understands the occult, Satanists don't worship right. The thing that they worship doesn't even exist. Sorry. It's all made up from different sources, different mythologies, different religions. Do not jump out that damn window. I don't care what's out there. You do not jump out that window. He still thinks he's a badass. Even after my neighbor tried to use him as a football and punted him all over the courtyard. That's how I found him. I don't know if I told you guys that. I almost went to jail over a cat. Because I'm sitting here watching my neighbor fucking kick it up and down the courtyard. That's how I got bought. His shoulder's busted. Like, he broken like me. So I was like, oh, my boy, come here. I'm going to take care of you. But yeah, he still thinks he's a badass, dude. Even though he's going to fuck himself up if he jumps off anything because that shoulder. And then I think he's blind in one eye because that motherfucker got him in the side of the head, too. But we got him back to as much normal as he's ever going to be. And he's still a little badass. I love that motherfucker. And isn't it funny how they always say that a stray cat finds you right before you go on your spiritual journey? And I found that fucker like 3 years ago. Like I said, my neighbor was using him as a shot put. Yeah, I love you too, buddy. You're annoying like I'm annoying. So I know you're mine. Anyways, I got sidetracked. So yeah, I think that's actually the whole lesson for the night, guys. We actually went deeper into detail on that one than we did last night. Tomorrow, I'll figure it out, but I don't know if I want to do both third laws of alchemy and hermetics, or if I want to break them up into 2 separate episodes. We'll find out. You know I don't number this shit. We just continue it night after night after night after night. And I hope you guys have been here before because, you know, I don't, you know, you hold yourselves accountable. I don't need to. I don't get paid for this shit. I do it just to help. So, I don't know if it's Scott or Bones or Rico or Ronaldo, but you all have a wonderful day or night, wherever you may be. Alright, guys? Peace out. Stay safe. Protect yourselves. Love yourselves, because if you can't do that for yourself, you can't do that for somebody else. Remember that. And work on that shadow work. Become better people. And I will see you at the same bat time, same bat channel tomorrow night. Night, guys.